Chapter 6 of Poems and Parodies. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by K. Hand. Poems and Parodies by Tom Kettle. Political. Parnell. For the unveiling, 1st October, 1911. Tears will betray all pride, but when ye mourn him, be it in soldier wise, as for a captain who hath gently borne him, and in the midnight dies. Fewness of words is best. He was too great for ours or any phrase. Love could not guess, nor the slipped hound of hate track that soul's secret ways. Signed with a sign unbroken, unrevealed, his Calvary he trod. So let him keep, where all world wounds are healed, the silences of God. Yet he is Ireland's too, a flaming coal lit at the stars, and sent to burn the sin of patience from her soul, the scandal of content. A name to be a trumpet of attack, and in the evil stress, for England's iron, no, to fling her back, a grim granatic, yes. He taught us more, this best as it was last. When comrades go apart, they shall go greatly, cancelling the past, slaying the kindlier heart. Friendship and love, all clean things and unclean, shall be as drifted leaves, spurned by our Ireland's feet, that queenliest queen who gives not but receives. So freedom comes, and comes no otherwise. He gave the chief, gave well, limned in his blood across your clearing skies. Look up and read Parnell. The House of Lords, an epitaph. So you proscribe and you forbid peace, and the trooping ghosts of hate, in franchise of the coffin lid, your lordship's lordship speaks too late. That word had held when yours, for you, thieving and reaving smote us first. If souls were crooked, swords were true, they took and kept because they durst. Still, though the pride of naked swords passed to a meaner, stouter hand, you said, and it was done, my lords, yours was the law, and yours the land. You clove the priest, you robbed the shrine, with spoil of Paul and Peter fat, brimmed altar cups with altar wine, to toast your new Magnificat. The poor, who are the lords of death, to you were mud in foundered ways. Your sun was red Elizabeth, your noon the Dutchman's penal days. Hunger and halters, gray despair, Mara of exile, coastless seas, Baal for master minister, you gave, my lords, and took your ease. And then, in Paris, patience broke. Who is this thing that should oppress? Men asked, and shall we bear his yoke, this idle whiff of nothingness? That was your lordship's epitaph. Still might you sell a nation's soul, spit on its tomb, and yawn and laugh. But thief to thief the judgment stole. This Ireland, whom my lords despised, languid behind inverted thumbs. She who believed and agonized, leads on the loud, victorious drums. Wave huddled wave, and now the last Havocs your castle built of sand. We take the future, you the past. Ours is the state, the flag, the land. Reason in Rhyme. Will Watson of the still unanchored art, what random gust, what overwhelming sea has riven you apart from us, and from the flagship of the free? You whose rich phrase and vibrant wont to be Trumpet and drum of onset and attack, who, when of Abdul's ways you stooped to sing, would give us just the dire, full-throated thing. Now when that much damned man has got the sack, you change your tune, and make to pipe us back from honor and the task of liberty. Why argue, though? The plain position is, you are mistaken in your premises. You blind your sight with hot emotional mists. Your way of thought is greatly too morose, and moist and lachrymose for us, a muddled state's last realists. We Irish, to be brief, are nowise grievers for the sake of grief. I pray you, dry those sympathetic tears, they rust the will. And will, your nation's sin, is no dead shame, meet to be covered in, but a live fact that sears. Cancel the past? Soothly, when it befalls that ye amend the present, and are just, go knock your head on Dublin castle walls. Are they irrelevant historic dust, or a hard present tense? Search through the large print of the statute book For your much valued lord's benevolence, And swept in vision westward snatch a look At that dim land where hunger claims to be The honored guest in every family. And the slain son writes in a scribble of shame The word of utter hell, Clanricarde's name. Go south and north, weep if you will along the dismal quays, Watch the unreturning ships go forth To fling our seed of strength and hope and worth In far, untributary ways. And then the soul is something, at least in verse. Ours, poet, is to be a thing of straw, A stained, numb thing that sits without the law Of yours, great master of the universe. Most nobly planned! But, Watson, there's a text, Done in stout English in King James's reign, Which says that souls are not to be annexed, Not for the whole world's gain. Cancel the past! Why, yes, we too have thought Of conflict crowned and drowned in olives of peace. But when Cuchulain and Ferdah fought, There lacked no pride of warrior courtesies. And so must this fight end. Bond from the toil of hate we may not cease. Free, we are free to be your friend. And when you make your banquet, and we come, Soldier with equal soldier must we sit, Closing a battle, not forgetting it. With not a name to hide, this mate and mother of valiant rebels dead Must come with all her history on her head. We keep the past for pride. No deepest peace shall strike our poets dumb, No rawest squad of all death's volunteers, No rudest man who died to tear your flag down in the bitter years, But shall have praise, and three times thrice again, When at that table men shall drink with men. Asquith, in Dublin, August, 1912. You stepped your steps, and the music marched, and the torches tossed, As you filled your streets with your comic Pentecost, And the little English went by, and the lights grew dim. We, dumb in the shouting crowd, we thought of him. Of him too great for our souls and ways, Too great for laughter or love, praise or dispraise. Of him, and the wintry swords and the closing gloom, Of him going forth alone to his lonely doom. No shouts, my Dublin, then, not a light nor a cry. You kept them all till now, when the little English go by. Ulster. A reply to Rudyard Kipling. The red, redeeming dawn, kindled in Easter skies, Falls like God's judgment on lawyers and lords and lies. What care these evil things, though menaced and perplexed, While Kipling's banjo strings blaspheme a sacred text? Never did freemen stand, never were captains met, From Dargai to the Rand, from Parnell to De Wet. Never on native sod weak justice fared the worst, But Kipling's Cockney God most impotently cursed. So now when Lenten years burgeon at last to bless This land of faith and tears with fruitful nobleness, The poet for a coin hands to the gabbling rout A bucketful of Boyne to put the sunrise out. Ulster is ours, not yours, is ours to have and hold. Our hills and lakes and moors have shaped her in our mold. Derry to Limerick walls fused us in battle flame. Limerick to Derry calls one strong shared Irish name. We keep the elder faith, not slain by Cromwell's sword, Nor bribed to subtler death by William's broken word. Free from those chains, and free from hate for hate endured, We share the liberty our lavish blood assured. One place, one dream, one doom, One task and toil assigned, Union of plough and loom Have bound us, and shall bind. The wounds of labor healed, life rescued and made fair, There lies the battlefield of Ulster's holy war. To Ireland. Men so worthy suffered for thee, men so poor can die. Then come, gather, all, or rather those who ask not why. End of chapter 6.